Saying that's just how I am might sound harmless, but it's actually one of the sneakiest ways that we keep ourselves stuck. Because when you keep defending an identity that doesn't serve you, you keep living patterns that don't either. And this can show up in many different ways. Maybe you say you're just bad with money, or you always have bad luck, or you've always been anxious, or you suck at relationships. And you say things like, oh, well, I've just always been this way. But the truth is, that version of you, the that's just how I am version, they're stuck in survival and they're stuck in repeating patterns. Your brain loves to keep things familiar. It doesn't like new things. So that's the reason why we find ourselves saying, oh, that's just how I am, or that's just who I am. You don't have to keep being that person. You don't have to keep identifying or relating yourself to those labels. When you keep yourself confined to the label of, oh, that's just how I am, it makes it harder for you to see the version of yourself that's trying to grow. And the way to overcome this doesn't have to be difficult. All it really takes is to be observant of when you're saying, that's just me. Because when you're observant of that, you're able to pinpoint, okay, well, why am I saying this in the first place? Because like I mentioned, it's usually just a defense mechanism. We say, oh, that's just how I am, like it's a personality trait, but you don't have to be a certain way your entire life. Who do you want to be? And what type of things do you want to experience for yourself? Because when you stay stuck in the identity of, oh, that's just who I am, or that's just how I am, it's keeping you limited. It's keeping you small. It's keeping you stuck. But what do you actually want for yourself? Do you want love? Do you want success? Do you want money? What is it that you want? And even with those examples, it goes much deeper than that, because it's not even that you want money or you want success or you want love. It's that you want the feeling that those things are going to bring you, but you hold yourself back from experiencing that feeling because you keep saying that, oh no, that's just how I am. I just have bad luck. Oh, that thing always happens to me. Oh, go figure. I knew that was going to happen. Yep, that's just how I am. You say those things like they are a hardcore fact. Therefore, in your reality, that's exactly what you experience. You can only ever experience who you believe yourself to be, who you know yourself to be. So who are you? Do you want to be the person that's constantly holding themselves back from experiencing what they want? Or do you want to be a person who knows deep down that they're limitless, that they could have anything that they want in their life? And I'm saying this from experience because I used to be someone who would always say, that always happens to me. Go figure. And now when I look back, I'm like, yeah, go figure, Crystal, because that's who you were. I always expected bad things. And so bad things always happened. And I labeled myself as someone who always had bad luck, or someone who that specific thing always happened at that specific time, almost like if I was Houdini. But just as easy as it is to experience things that you don't want because you're stuck in a limited mindset, it's just as easy to experience things that you do want when you come to the realization and the knowing that you are limitless. You can have, do, and be whatever you want. You just have to allow yourself to do that. So if you're someone who finds yourself like I was, constantly saying that always happens, that's just who I am, that's just what I am, I always have bad luck, nothing good ever happens to me, I can never catch a break. If you find yourself constantly labeling yourself in a limited way, start to observe that. Observe that pattern, because once you start observing it, it's easy to break it. Like how I said, I used to always feel unlucky, like bad things were always happening. When I was able to drop that identity, just flat out drop it, like it never existed anymore, then I started experiencing things that I actually wanted for myself. And you know what? I'm not saying that bad things won't ever happen to you, but if something bad did end up happening after I've already dropped that label of having bad luck, the bad things didn't seem so bad after all. It was just something that I had to deal with, things that are a part of life. But I wouldn't act like it was this horrible circumstance that made me feel like I had bad luck. I no longer saw bad things in the same way that I used to when I would say that I had bad luck. Because when you're able to shift your perspective on things, what you experience in your life is also going to shift as well. So today, observe how you're placing labels on things that might seem harmless, but that are really holding you back, that are limiting you from having and experiencing what you want in life.